Last time, on Whiskey Ridge...
Stanley woke up in the care of Dr. Octavius Morgan, unaware of how he got there. Dr. Morgan gives him a clean bill of health, though he's unable to explain exactly what happened. The doctor is a student of the occult and asks Stanley to investigate the strange occurrences in town. Stanley checks into the hotel in Whiskey Ridge and is warned away from visiting the Silver Dollar Saloon by the hotel's proprietor, Wyatt Woodley. Stanley meets Buck and Tanner in the street after they spend the morning in the Silver Dollar. Ponyboy delivers a telegram to each of them. Roy Dawson tracks down Tanner and asks for an answer to his offer of work at Dawson's Creek. Tanner balks at burning down Jackson Boone's farm, but agrees to work for the Dawsons. The group re-enters the Silver Dollar, where Stanley once again wows the patrons with card trick legerdemain. When he retires for the evening, he sees a strange glowing light on the ridge. Back in the Silver Dollar, Tanner attempts to arrange a ménage à trois, but ends up having a ménage à deux.
Chump City. Chump City.
Chow!
This episode's going to start a couple days after the end of the last one. So what have you been doing for those couple of days? And if you want to focus doing something on a skill, you can add 5 points to a skill.
Awesome.
Now, there has to be some kind of reason. There has to be something you're doing. And you still can't have anything higher than an 80.
Okay. Are we all healed up?
I'm going to say yes, because the damage you took was fairly superficial. You just got like punched and whipped. You didn't get shot. So you'd probably heal that up in a couple of days.
So we're back to zero for, or
0 for health, but your sanity isn't going to heal.
okay.
There might be specific scenarios where you could heal some, but in general, it doesn't just come back.
All right. I think Tanner probably spent some time up to Boone's farm and is working on his short arms game with his pistol.
In our last episode, you told
Yeah.
Dawson that you were joining him and you were quitting Boone's farm.
I really want to try and work both of those angles, but I don't know how both of those two are going to feel about that. Meaning, like, I'll work for both and feed them both information, but tell them I'm only feeding them information.
And then they're both going to kill you.
Yeah, we talked about this on, like, episode 2. But
Hey, YOLO.
maybe I should just quit. Maybe I should just quit Boone's. But then Chaw, he's going to crush my skull.
I'll tell you straight up that there won't be any violence.
Okay.
Oh, psychological torture.
All right. Okay. In that case, yeah. What Tanner would do would he'd go and talk to Jackson and just tell him straight up and be like, hey, listen, I appreciate you giving me the offer. Enjoyed working with you for the past couple of weeks, but this is just business. It's just business.
Tanner Cole, I gotta say, you become like a son to me. I'm gonna be sad to see you go.
I appreciate that, Mr. Boone, and hopefully we can still stay on good terms, and come up and visit you from time to time. I got no hard feelings against you. It's like I said, it's just purely business.
What kind of job you got lined up?
Well, gotta go. And Tanner just kind of moseys on off and doesn't say anything.
Okay. And you see Cha on your way out, and he's like,
Why Tanner leave?
Oh, Cha, it's just numbers, Cha. You wouldn't get it. It's all right. But give me a hug, big fella. Do you do hugs, Cha?
Cha.
hugs, and you take 1 point of damage.
God damn it! I was thinking that was a terrible idea. Because the bully guy got me last week with almost getting 1 point of damage, or a couple weeks ago. Do I really take 1 point of damage?
Yeah, but you heal it up again.
All
so.
right, good. All right. Oh, John. I'll catch you down to the Silver Dollar Saloon. We'll have a drink together sometime.
All right. I'm going to come back to you, but for now I'm going to move on
Okay.
to, let's say, Buck.
Well, as you can imagine, having disappeared for a couple of days, coming home all beat up, smelling like gun smoke and sweat, I pretty much had to stay around the saloon and clean up, take care of Sarah, take care of the place, catch up on the books. But the good news is Sarah's pretty happy now. So we can go out on some more adventures.
So one thing that does happen when you're trying to make some preparations is Ruby Rose comes to you. She comes up to you and says, "Buck, can I have a minute of your time?"
Yeah, absolutely, Ruby. What's on your mind?
Well, I got a slight problem. You know Wyatt Woodley over at the hotel?
Oh, yeah, I know him. Don't like him. Wish he'd go away.
Yeah, well, me too. See, he's been, I heard that he's been bringing in his own girls for the festival to work at the hotel. Now, I got no problem with girls trying to make their money, but, you know, the festival's coming up, and he's bringing in his girls for that, but, you know, that's the time that Wild Rose and I make a lot of our living, when with all the business coming into town, and I'm just real worried that with these new girls coming in, folks are going to be going over to the hotel, and they aren't going to be coming in here.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Ruby, but first let me get this spoken aloud, is that I haven't seen the girls over there, but there is no way that they can even hold a candle to you and Rose. I mean, you guys are the best-looking women after Sarah that I've ever seen.
Oh, shucks. You sure know how to charm a lady.
Well, yeah, but I do understand your concern, and how can I help? What can I do to help you?
I don't know if there was some kind of town ordinance that would say he couldn't bring in the girls, or maybe I don't want to be underhanded, but maybe some rumor that the girls there aren't as clean, or just trying to get more business in here. Now, I got nothing against those girls trying to make a living, but
No, of course not.
But we need to make a living too.
Absolutely. I like this idea about maybe some rumors. And maybe we don't target the girls exactly, but we target Wyatt's hotel, because he's been spreading some rumors of his own. So maybe we say, you know, like, the hotel has bed bugs. Bed bugs, Ruby, bed bugs.
Bed bugs, that's it.
Oh, you know what, Ruby? We could get some bed bugs and release them so the rumor wouldn't even be a rumor. You catch my drift?
Oh my God! Where are we gonna get bed bugs?
Oh, I'll get you bed bugs. You want bed bugs? I'll get you some bed bugs. I got a guy. Then those girls are gonna come here on their own because they don't want bed bug bites. Nobody wants bed bug bites while they're naked.
If those girls don't get the business over there, I could probably take them on over here.
Ruby.
Maybe branch out a little bit.
I love this. I love this for you. I love this for what it's going to do to Wyatt. And, you know, the more scenery around here, it's just a win-win-win.
Maybe we can grow this establishment into something bigger.
I like this, Ruby. I like your business acumen. I could probably I could use you, maybe even in some other decisions that I don't seem capable of making. Are you good with, like numbers of bushels of grain? I can't seem to wrap my head around it.
Well, I did learn my arithmetic.
Math. Okay. All right, I tell you what. We got a lot already in this plan. I think we should circle back to maybe expanding your role here at the Silver Dollar. But let's wait till after the Jamboree. Let you concentrate on making that money. All right, Ruby. You feel good? You feel better?
I do, thank you.
Me too.
I appreciate that help.
You remember anything ever on your mind, don't ever be afraid to come to me. I got your back.
I got yours too.
All right.
Hey there, Mr. Mason Dixon. How you doing today?
Okay, I'm going to go to Stanley now. First of all, I'm going to tell you that you have received 3 rerolls for things that happened last week. What are you doing these last couple days?
Well, the last few days I've been working on my sleight of hand. I think you call it legerdemain, something like that. I've been working on my card tricks. Been working on my craft. I've also been working on new elixir. That secret that I'm gonna debut at the Rootin Tootin what have you to sell.
So for the purposes of your skills, you're increasing legerdemain by 5, is that right?
That's right.
Okay. Jay, does it make sense to have this conversation with Stanley now, or did you want to do that some other time?
Yeah, whenever I see him.
So, I mean, we could just say that at some point in those couple of days, he's come in to the saloon.
Okay. Oh, hey, Stanley. Good to see you over here. Can I fix you a drink?
That would be fine. What do you got for bourbon back there?
Oh, we got bourbon. It's just bourbon. It says bourbon on the bottle.
All right, that sounds good. I'll take that.
Yeah, it's very good. Hey, I got a question for you, Stanley. You know the Jamboree's coming up next couple of days, which I am very excited about. I was thinking, with your immense talents in legerdemain, a.k.a. card tricks, what would you feel about setting up a table in the saloon and, doing your tricks for some crowds and maybe making some money? Maybe sell some of that elixir you got.
Oh, you heard about that elixir?
Well, I remember he gave some to Tanner, and he disappeared with Rose up there. Seemed they had a good time.
Yeah, I'm sure you
had
had
to change the sheets twice.
Yeah, I like that idea. I think I wasn't sure about. I've got a new elixir that I've been working on, and was thinking about debuting at the event. And well, if you can provide exposure for that, and I'd be much obliged to perform some card tricks and whatnot.
Absolutely.
So long as I get some kind of cut.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I just like the extra business. So if you want to trick people out of their money or sell the elixir, that's all you, man.
All right.
I just like to have people in the bar.
Well, I'll bring them in.
I will be happy to advertise this new elixir, but I've got a reputation around town, and I don't like to speak about things I haven't experienced myself. Any chance I could get a taster?
Oh, Absolutely.
I mean, I don't even know what it's for yet, but maybe you could tell me and give me a little swig.
Oh, you're going to have to find out with the rest of the folks coming up here. But it's not quite done yet, but it'll be done soon.
All right.
But I'll certainly give you a taste of the stuff I gave Tanner.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be selling that, I could speak to it, provided it works as advertised.
Oh, don't worry about that.
I think you're going to make yourself a nice little piece of money.
Sounds like a deal.
Sounds like a win-win.
Shake on it?
Oh, yeah. What was that?
I spit in my hand.
Don't do that.
Oh, all right. Let me get some.
Have you heard of germ theory, Stanley?
I have not.
Okay, it's new.
What is a germ?
When you spit on your hand, you spit a bunch of germs in it. I prefer not to touch it.
You mean those Europeans?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yes. Yes, I do.
All right. Back to Tanner. Do you remember that you got a telegram from your so-called superiors?
Progress report. Yeah.
Did you want to send a response?
Yes.
It's got to be 12 words or less.
Okay. Yeah, I'll craft a response. Employment gained. Locals met. Enemies encounter. Strange happenings. Still investigating. Progressing. Stop.
I like it. Back to Buck. So what kind of preparations are you doing for the Rootin Tootin Swashbuckling Jamboree?
Well, I went ahead and doubled back with Bart. Make sure he got everything on the list. That seemed to go pretty well. There was some extra booze in there. I think he's sneaking it. Just been shaping biscuits and just getting tables set up. Got a couple people coming in to set up shop. And that's about it.
At one point, Cactus comes to you and he says, "Hey, Buck.
Hey, Lyle.
I got some, boy, I got a doozy of a problem. See, you got me, booked over here, but, White Woodley's got me booked over, at the hotel as well for, most of the time of the festival, so I don't know what to do."
Now, Lyle, we've got a good relationship, right?
Well, damn right, Buck.
How'd you say your relationship with Wyatt is?
Oh, he treats me fair enough, I suppose. He's an appreciator of the music, and I like that in anybody.
Oh, yeah, as am I. As is everybody here at the Silver Dollar. What's he paying you for your time over there during the Jamboree?
He gives me 1 gold an hour.
How many hours he got you booked for?
Well, he's got me at 8 over there.
8?
You got me at 8 over here, so I can't do both.
That's a long day.
Yeah, I know, especially at both.
Your fingers are going to be tired. How about I book you here for 14, you tell Wyatt to fuck off, and I'll pay you for 20 hours.
God damn.
And you only work 14, you go home, get some rest. Stretch your fingers.
That sounds good, but I don't really want to tell him to fuck off.
Well, you tell him, how about this? Don't tell him to fuck off. Tell him Mr. McCabe is paying you much more handsomely than he is.
Oh, I'll tell him that you said to fuck off.
Oh, yeah, you can tell him that. He knows I feel that way.
I don't like to burn bridges myself, but I know he doesn't like you at all.
Yeah, we never had a bridge, so there's nothing to burn down, but, I like to let my feelings be known.
All right. Hey, I got a new tune for you. You want to hear it?
Oh, yes, I do.
Let me just get out my guitar here, and here you go. Rootin' Tootin Swashbucklin Jamboree. Rootin' Tootin Swashbucklin Jamboree. Rootin' Tootin Swashbucklin Jamboree.
Wow.
What'd you think of that one, Book?
I think it was probably the best song I've ever heard in my life. And I've heard your first rendition of the Rootin' Tootin Swashbucklin Jamboree, and that was the best song I ever heard, but this was even better.
Thank you. Wow, thanks, Buck.
Thank you.
Tell you what, I'm gonna come work for you this RTSJ.
That's what I like to hear. I got 20 golds coming your way. And free drinks. And I will buy him a roll in the hay with Ruby or Rose.
Well, hot damn!
Stanley, you get a knock on your door at the hotel. And Wyatt's, when you open it up, Wyatt's there, and he says,
You got yourself a visitor downstairs.
A visitor here?
That's right. It's a lady.
and you head down to the bar, and Prudence is there. So she says,
Oh, hello there, Mr. Stanley Clark.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm Prudence Hayes. I'm the apothecary in town.
Oh, Miss Hayes, I've heard about you.
Yeah, I've heard about you too, sir. Frankly, I've heard that you've been selling some tonics around town, and well, you see, it's a little uncomfortable, but that's usually my thing here.
Oh, I don't think. I think there's a market for both of us here, but the kind of things I sell, I don't think that you carry.
Oh, really? What kind of things do you sell, sir?
Aphrodisiac,
Oh my gosh!
boner pills.
Oh gosh!
and she really blushes. She's like,
Well, you are correct. I don't sell those kind of things. I do realize that there's a market for that.
Would you like some samples?
Well, tell you what, I'll put some up in my store if you want. If they sell well, maybe we can strike up some kind of deal in the future.
Yeah, I like that idea.
All right. Can I try the just a little of the Afro Daisy Q?
Yeah, you're gonna have to. I'll get you a little sample of that. You need to take it right before bed.
she kind of hunches a little closer to you, and she looks around, and she says,
Mr. Clark, have you ever heard of a love potion?
Oh, I've heard such things.
You ever encountered that in your travels?
I can't say as though I have. How about yourself?
No. I've come across a lot of tonics, a lot of elixirs, but that's one that's escaped me. And
Are you looking? Are you in the market for one?
oh no. I just think some people might like that kind of thing.
You talking like a love potion number 9 kind of situation?
Yeah, I mean any of the numbers, 4, 6.
Well, I've been working on a secret project, and well, I'll get back to you on that.
It's not a big deal. I wouldn't talk to anybody else about it.
Sounds like you're Sounds like you're asking for yourself here.
No, not for me. I should get back to the store. It's nice to meet you, Mr. Clark.
Maybe I can bring some items by that you can put on consignment.
I'd like that. Come on by whenever you get a chance.
All right, and I'll get back to you on that love potion.
Tanner. So when you get up to Dawson's, they welcome you in. It's a pretty welcoming atmosphere that you experience, and actually some of those people that were kind of giving you a hard time before, like Clint and Matchstick and Spittoon and Outhouse, they're all gather around you, and they're like slapping you on the back and being like, welcome in, this is great, yeah, welcome to the team.
Yeah, all right, thanks, boys. Happy to be here. I'm real glad that everything seems to have worked out, vis-a-vis not killing each other.
Yeah, that's always better. And you settle in there for a day or two, and then Roy Dawson calls you in, and he says he has a task for you. And he wants you to sell some steer to Buck at the Silver Dollar.
Okay.
Basically as food for the festival.
Okay. How much does he want per steer? And how many steers is he looking to have me sell to Buck?
So he wants you to bring one steer to the Silver Dollar to sell it.
All right.
And you get out there, and the steer that you find that he wants you to sell is like, it's terrible. It's like almost like skeletal, and it's old, and he wants you to get. He wants 40 gold.
40 gold for a broken down steer.
Yeah.
Jay, there's still some good meat on that thing.
And you bring this in, and
I don't get to chat with him on that and be like, "Are you sure we should be doing this?"
I mean, we can say you had that conversation, but he's basically like, "Oh, listen, you work for me now, and this is what I want you to do. If you want to go back to having no money, working for that poor Jackson Boone, you're free to go anytime you want.
All right, Mr.
This shouldn't be too hard for you. I heard you were friends with that Buck."
Well, you see here, Mr. Dawson, the problem here is I am friends with Buck, friendly with Buck. Friend's probably accurate at this point in time, but this cow don't look right. If we're making ribs, I can already see what those ribs are going to look like because they're poking right through its skin.
Yeah, see, you can tell how tasty he's gonna be.
All right, so listen here. I'll go talk to Buck about this, but I got to be straight with you. If I'm Buck, I don't know if I'm buying this steer. And what I'm afraid of here, Mr. Dawson, is that Buck's gonna go up to Jackson Boone and get a cow. We got any like maybe an upgrade to this old girl?
This is the cow I got to send. I gotta get rid of it somehow.
All right.
Consider this a test, Mr. Cole, of
Okay.
your abilities as one of my cowhands. Let's say there's a little extra in it for you if you succeed.
All right. I will walk this fine specimen of an animal into town and have a chat with Buck about this one.
Buck, a representative of Jackson Boone, has brought a steer to you, and looks to be in good health. I mean, it's not like the most awesome thing you've ever seen, but it's like a regular cow, and he's asking 20 gold for it. And then Tanner arrives.
God damn it.
Hey, Tanner.
Go!
I knew I...
Tanner, what you got there, man? Where'd you find that thing?
Oh, Buck, you see this broken down old thing?
Yeah, would you ride it here from fucking Connecticut?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it, right?
I think you forgot to feed it on the way. No, honestly, Tanner, where did you get this thing? This thing does not look okay.
Yeah, like I said,
I think it's half dead.
it's got mange. It's all skin and bones, and
It may be dead. What in the hell was that? Was that the cow?
I think that was the cow. It sounded like a death gurgle,
Yeah, it's rattling, man.
death rattle.
Oh my God. You should get that into a veterinarian.
Yeah, maybe we can take it to that, same horse vet that you checked out up in Lukenbach. It made Lady real nice. So look, you know how I had that job up to Jackson Boone, and then old Roy Dawson, he came out and he was asked me if I want to come work for them. Well, obviously, that 20 gold, that was a lot of money, and that's going to help me out in my cause to get done what I need to get done out here, right? And
Are you not getting paid?
no, I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid.
No, I don't mean by Roy. I mean by the government.
Oh yeah, I'm getting a government monies sent into me as well.
All right, I just want to, you ain't coming out of pocket on this expedition, are you?
No, it's not. But again, here's the thing, Buck. Mr. Dawson, he wants me to sell you this cow, and he wants you to buy this cow.
No, get out.
I
No.
know. I told him, and look, he said he wants 40 gold for this thing. I told him there was
40
no way.
gold.
I told him there was no way.
Does he think this is my first rodeo?
Clearly he does, but I don't know. Maybe he's trying to test me or something. I'm not sure.
Let me tell you something, Tanner. Let me tell you something about Roy Dawson.
If you're going to tell me something negative, you should have brought it up last time when I was deciding whether I'd go work for Roy or stay working up to Jackson.
Well, Tanner, let me stop you there. I told you not to trust that boy. Now, what he's doing is testing you, because that's all he ever does is test people. He values loyalty in unintelligent people.
Hmm.
Did you notice the cow hands up there?
I sure. Matchstick, he's an idiot.
Yeah, those boys got about 2
Spittoon.
brain cells fighting each other.
Outhouse. What kind of name is Outhouse?
What kind of name is any of this? What kind of steer is this?
Half dead. Anyway, what do you... I'm tempted just to put this thing right out of its misery right here, but...
Here's what I propose. If Mr. Dawson really needs you to sell me this steer for 40 gold, you and I know damn well I'm not paying 40 gold.
Oh,
But
totally agree.
because you're on a different mission, maybe you could get the government to pay for it, as a stipend.
An expenditure.
Yeah,
An-
a write-off.
Business expense. Yeah.
And we can make like I bought it. He can think you did your job, and you can get in real good with him. But I'm not giving you shit for this thing.
I wouldn't expect you to, Buck. I didn't even want to bring this thing down here.
I'm not sure I'd even serve this thing.
Maybe we get how much did Jackson Boone want to sell you that decent looking cow for?
20 gold.
All right. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I got to get 60 gold from the government, 20 to cover that good cow, 40 to cover this bad cow, and then we get a free cow.
Tanner, I like the way you're thinking.
Hell yeah. All right.
I get 1.5 cows for 0 gold.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the least the government could do
They owe you, Buck.
when you think about it. I'm out here on the frontier. They owe me a steer and a half.
Make that wrong or right.
All right, call up Uncle Sam, get that 60 gold, and let's have some fucking hamburgers.
I got to get over to Ponyboy anyway because I got another telegram I got to send out, and I'll make that funds request while I'm at it.
Oh, hey, do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Send Ponyboy over here. I got something to ask him.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, Tanner, good luck, man.
Hey, thanks, Buck.
I like this plan actually, but you're gonna have to now. You need to compose another 12-word message on what you want them to do.
All right.
Need $60 for a shitty cow. Part of the mission.
And then, so to be clear, your plan is to leave the cow with Buck.
Yes.
Okay. And then you're going to go back and tell Dawson that you sold him the cow for $40.
Well,
40
I
gold.
can't go until I got the funds first. Like that's the hard part.
Well, yeah. So what are you going to do in the meantime is my question.
Shoot. Well, I guess I would say, one of the things that we never did talk about, which Jay very well brought up, is the fact that I should be getting regular gold from the government as well, right?
Yeah.
So I have 19 right now.
You have 19?
Yeah.
I'm going to say that through the government and your time at Boone's Farm, you have exactly 40 gold.
All right. Now that I've got those four, so yeah, Tanner looks in his gold pocket thingy and he's like, shoot, I got 40 gold. And then he's thinking like, maybe I ought to go and see what Wild Rose is up to. That's a lot of
Now,
gold.
Tanner,
Yeah.
I see where your mind's going. We got to stay on topic here.
All right. Let's keep it. Let's keep it together. I got a little excited.
Yeah,
for
I
a
think
second
you still
there.
got some of that Stanley Clark elixir running through your veins.
Darn right I do.
That's good stuff, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Should I mention that? Do we all get to increase 5 in something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you got to give me a reason. Like, what are you doing to increase that skill?
Well, I decided to get a little practice in with my shotgun. I wasn't real happy with some of my misses, so I took it out back and shot some empty bottles. Got pretty good.
There also probably will be some shooting competitions in the festival, so maybe you're practicing for that.
Oh, that was part of my plan. I also have another side note, which, is there a gunsmith in town?
Yes.
I would like to have a conversation with that gentleman.
Colt Baxter is the gunsmith.
Okay.
He is the husband of one of the people who are known in town to be missing, but you
Oh,
know she's dead.
Shit.
Jane.
Jane Baxter.
Why do I know she's dead?
Because they found the body, so Arlo knows, Whisper Caldwell knows, the sheriff knows, and you guys know.
But Clint doesn't know?
Sorry, who?
Her husband?
Who'd you
The
say?
gunsmith?
He does not know. Colt Baxter.
Colt Baxter.
Colt. Good name for a gunsmith. I'll figure out the Colt thing when Ponyboy comes in to see me.
So, just to be clear, what happened was they found the dead body, but it was the mayor's decision not to tell the town because he wanted to avoid a panic in case there was like a serial killer. And it could be morally questionable, but they chose not to tell Colt.
Did the mayor tell us that Mrs. Baxter was dead?
Yes.
Hmm.
It's one of the people that Caleb was coming to help investigate.
Wasn't she tied up with her garments or something like that? Or strangled with her garments?
That was Muriel.
Oh, that was Muriel.
That was Muriel. Jane was strangled as well, but the mayor said to ask the Undertaker about it because there were weird circumstances.
Oh, we still gotta go. We still gotta go see him.
Yeah, there's a lot you haven't done.
But we just keep progressing.
We got some loose ends.
We got a lot to do, especially with the jamboree coming up.
Matt, can I give you my my telegram to the government?
Absolutely.
Funds needed. 60 gold. Emergency purchase. Cover dependent. Please send ASAP. Stop.
Nice.
That was awesome, but I'm very disappointed that you didn't bring up the sick cow.
I thought about that, but that's way longer than 12 words.
Do you want to talk to Ponyboy now?
Yeah, send Ponyboy on in here.
And how about Stanley's just in there, like, starting to set up a little area?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tanner, you aren't here. You had to go back to tell Dawson what you're doing.
Okay.
Dang, Rose is still talking to that leprechaun.
Stanley, you got a place in particular you want to scope out as your area?
I see some prime real estate. I'd be happy to set him up with it. Stanley, now, I kind of think of you as like the main attraction. So what do you say right up here next to the bar to the right at the bottom of the stairs that people use to visit the ladies? But it's also where everybody enters the bar so they can't help but see you. Right in between that post and the railing.
I think that's perfect.
We'll give you a nice little 8-foot table.
Sounds great.
Plus, I can just feed you drinks if you want them.
Well, I gotta watch on that. My legerdemain ain't so good after 5 or 6 bourbon.
Yeah, I can't imagine it is.
But I'll take you up on a few.
Okay. Here, set up on this here coffin. I found it outside. I ain't opened it or anything, but if it starts stinking, just drag it out.
Okay, so that's where you're setting up. So Pony Boy comes marching in.
Hey, Bart.
Tanner told me you wanted to talk to me.
Oh, yeah.
He was in there sending some telegrams.
Oh, yeah? Who'd he send a telegram to?
I don't read them.
You don't?
I mean, I kind of have to send him, but I try not to. I try to think of them as one letter at a time.
Yeah.
And I don't put the letters together.
Okay.
In my head.
Yeah.
I think of it like a poem, like A, B, C.
All right, let me cut you off there, Pony Boy, for a sec, okay?
Yeah.
Let me bend your ear about something.
Sure. Sure thing.
How are things going with Jenny now that she's back in town?
Well, good. I'm so glad you brought her back. I told you I think I might propose to her.
Yeah, you did. You mentioned that, and I'm
working up the courage. Do you think maybe at the Rootin Tootin Swashbucklin Jamboree, that might be the perfect time?
Well,
with
Pony
the
Boy,
fireworks going off.
Pony Boy, here's what I wanted to talk to you about. And it's a little sensitive, but she's been through quite a bit, and maybe start slow. Maybe don't propose right away. You know what I mean? Like maybe take her out on a couple of dates if she's obliged to go out on a couple of dates with you, and move past the friendship that you guys obviously have, and see if a romance blossoms before you just go ahead up and pop the question. Have you guys been romantic? And I don't mean like carnally. I mean like, have you held hands? Have you told each other your deepest, darkest secrets?
I gave her the 10 fingers once.
Don't say that, Pony Boy.
That's what we call the
No,
boost.
nobody,
I boosted her up.
Nobody calls that anything except giving someone a boost.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I just boosted her up.
Okay, yeah, that's not being romantic, Pony Boy. This is what I'm getting at here.
So I touched her foot one time.
I don't want you to get your heart broke.
All right, Mr. McCabe, I appreciate that advice. You've always been very kind to me.
Okay.
It's like a poem, I know.
Is it? You should save it for the Rootin Tootin Swashbucklin Jamboree. Maybe I think Wyatt. You know what? I think Wyatt at the hotel is doing a public poem reading. It's gonna draw a big crowd.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've already signed up for that. Are you gonna be in that too?
No, I got a lot of work to do over here, and he doesn't care for me, so I'm missing out. I mean, that's too bad for me that I'm gonna miss that sweet event.
Mr. Clark, you want to sign up for the poem reading?
No, I'm not really one for poems, but I hear Tanner might actually want to do that. So I think you should check with him.
He told me he likes poems.
Oh, yeah.
He told me.
Yeah, I think. Have you heard of a haiku? I think.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Haiku?
Yeah, I think he's a fan of that kind of poem. You should ask him all about it.
What's a haiku?
I'm not an expert on the subject, so I think you should next time you see Tanner, I think you should ask him.
All right. You know, his telegrams are kind of like poems.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, can you what was the last poem that he wrote that was a telegram? You remember?
I do. It went like this. Beep, 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 beep,
All
beep,
right.
beep, 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 beep,
I
beep,
was looking more for the words in the same sequence that he said.
Oh, I don't remember it that way.
Oh. All right, well, I got to finish setting up. It was nice talking to you.
You too, Mr. Clark. Am I saying that right? Is it Clark?
Yeah, you're saying it right.
Hey, Bart, I think I hear a train coming. Did you hear that? Is there a train coming?
Oh my God, the train! There ain't been a train in days.
There's gonna need to be tickets sold.
Oh my God, there's gonna be all sorts of tourists coming. Kids, old people, women, men.
All right, Bart, remember what I said.
See you later. Goodbye.
Take it slow. Take it slow.
Chugga, chugga.
See you, Bart.
Let's have you guys all go to the gun store together.
Hell
Is
yeah.
that cool?
That's cool in 1869. That's cool in 2024.
Can I do? I never increased my short arms whenever I was up to Dawson's Creek taking some pot shots. When Tanner brought the 40 gold up to Jackson Boone, did he get any sort of payment for that?
Yeah. He was
I'd like to I'd like to hear that conversation between Tanner
God damn
and
it.
fucking Roy Dawson that he actually sold me that sickly steer for 40 fucking gold.
John, you wanna play another character?
Sure.
All right, you're gonna be Spittoon, and you're just like,
What is Spittoon's motivation? John needs to know that.
You mean in life or in?
I think he's a halfwit.
there he is.
All right.
Is that Sean Penn?
Jay, it might be like a Penn brother.
Is that
Or
Chris
sister.
Penn? Is that Penn Gillette? Is that William Penn?
Is that Colonial Pen?
Is that Bic Penn?
So we're just in Roy Dawson's house in his like living room, and Spittoon is just there to like run errands. You do whatever Roy tells you to do. And Tanner comes waltzing in.
All right.
Tanner Cole,
Hey there, Mr. Dawson.
where's my money?
I'm sorry. What?
I don't see a steer with you.
Well, no, sir. Why would you see a steer? You told me to go sell Buck a steer for 40 gold, so I went and sold a steer to Buck for 40 gold. So yeah, that's what we did.
Spittoon, you see this man here?
I can't believe my eyes.
This here's a man who does what I tell him to do. Now, do you know what you see in the mirror?
What I see?
That's a man who doesn't do what I tell him to do.
Oh, boss,
You should try to be more like this man.
I'll have to. I'll try. I'll try harder.
Tanner, where's my money?
It's right here. And he hands him the 40 gold.
40 gold. Now, Tanner, I believe I should give you some extra money.
All right, sir.
Spittoon, give him your money.
My money?
That's right.
Why my money?
Because I told you to. You got a problem?
No, boss. I only got but five gold on me.
That sounds about perfect, I think.
All right. Thanks, Mr. Dawson. Thanks, Spittoon.
He reluctantly puts his hand out. He won't let go of it.
Yeah, I like to think he's holding on to it for a little bit, and
yeah.
Tanner kind of gives it a little tug, and then just yanks it right out of his hand, and that's the end of their exchange.
Tanner, I gotta say I'm impressed. Did you stick it to Jackson Bone too?
How do you mean? How do you mean?
Well, Buck didn't buy his steer, did he?
Turns out there wasn't quite enough meat on that $40 steer, so in the end, Buck ended up having to, spend more of his own money to get it all. But we were able to convince him to get it done, and he's all good.
God damn it! God damn it! Spittoon! Spittoon!
Yes, sir.
Come here.
Whoa.
What? I want you to slap yourself in the back of the head.
What?
Do it.
What?
That's good.
What did I do?
You happen to be standing here doing nothing while my enemy continues to get the best of me.
Well, how do you figure, Mr. Dawson?
If it's even close to even, he's doing too well.
Well, here's what I'm figuring. Unless you consider half close to even, I think you got the upper hand, sir.
Half is exactly even.
Depends on what kind of glass you're looking at. Is the glass half full or is the glass half empty? And I'm not really, I don't think about that sort of thing too much. But at the end of the day, Buck was going to make his decision. And, if I'm being honest, sir, you got twice as much gold for a cow that was half as good.
That's how we get ahead, Tanner Cole.
That's exactly right, sir.
That's a lesson you're gonna have to learn.
I think I just did.
Okay, so you guys walk into the gunsmith. Of course, Buck has been here many times. Tanner meant to come here, but was assaulted by Clint Dawson and Spittoon, of all people, and knocked out before he ever got here. So this is his first time.
They're my colleagues now.
And it's also Stanley's first time. So, Stanley, can you describe the room?
Well, there's a lot of wood. Nice wooden floors, nice wooden walls, no coverings. It's like a log cabin. There's a huge cannon on the left-hand side here, and looks like there's a... What kind of head is that?
That's a woolly mammoth.
Okay. I was thinking some sort of elephant.
Well, it is some sort of...
Accurate.
Woolly mammoth head. And, well, it's, there's a case with some firearms and pretty sparse.
What's that device just to the left of the gun cabinet? Is that like a ammunition press or something like that where he makes ammo in here? Yeah.
That's a Gatling gun.
Yeah, I was gonna
it's a
say that looks
Gatling
like
gun?
A Gatling gun, like a primitive machine gun.
It's used to mow down buffalo.
Have you seen the photos?
Thanks a lot, General Sheridan.
What is this?
Potbelly stove.
That?
Chair?
Just a rack with it actually has like a bunch of rifles on it. And there's a rifle held by the mammoth that looks like fancier than
Oh
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I see that. Yeah.
Stanley, I'll tell you a story about the woolly mammoth when we get back to the saloon.
That sounds good.
Spoiler alert, it ain't real.
That's just like a workbench.
Okay.
That's where he makes the ammo.
So this is Colt Baxter, who, as I've mentioned, is the husband of Jane Baxter, who the townsfolk and Colt think are missing, but you are all aware that she is dead.
Is Stanley technically aware of that?
Probably not, actually. Good call.
All right, so Colt Baxter is a younger-looking, skinny fella. He wears a white button-up shirt with a black vest with gold buttons. It's buttoned all the way to the top. He's got blonde hair, kind of a skinny face, goatee, cowboy hat, and he's carrying a sawed-off shotgun, or looking at a sawed-off shotgun that he calls Stumpy.
He also has a pretty ragged old scar down the side of his head.
Oh, can you bring that back up? I'm not sure that I noticed that. Oh, yeah, right next to his eye right there.
And Buck would know that it's a pretty famous story of when he got attacked by a grizzly bear when he was a kid, but he survived. So Colt's kind of like, "Hey fellas, what can I do for you?"
Hey, Colt. How you holding up, buddy?
Well, I'd say good days and bad days, but there ain't many good days.
Yeah, I understand. Colt, this is Stanley Clark and Tanner Cole. They're new to town.
Stanley, Tanner,
Colt?
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you fellas. You coming in here for business?
Well, as a matter of fact, yes.
Buck, you that old shoddy holding up for you?
Yeah, it's holding up pretty good. Why, you think I ought to upgrade it?
Yeah, I got one out over on the bench over there. I got one back here, and he pulls one out from like under the counter, cocks it, flips it around,
Oh, hey.
pops some cartridges in it, pops them out, hands it to you. Take a look at this.
Well, this feels pretty good. I like this a lot.
Yeah, I just got that. It's a brand new Remington.
Wow. Well, I ain't seen one of these, but I sure do like the weight. What's something like this go for, Colt?
That right there, that'd be 20 gold. But I tell you what, you turn in your old shoddy, I'll give it to you for half off, 10.
You got yourself a deal.
All right. Stanley Clark, was it?
Yes, sir. In the flesh.
You a short arms man? You a long arms man?
Well, not much
In
of
the
a.
bedroom?
I'm not much of a fighter, but I carry a pistol just for protection. You know, my line of work.
Now, I don't think we've really talked about this, but I would imagine that you have one of those like real tiny like 2-shot pistols like that a gambler would have. Yeah.
A derringer.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
You got a Derringer there? I got a new one here. Looks like yours. You got a 2-shotter. I got a 3 here. You want to take a look at that?
Yeah, that looks pretty interesting. Yeah, I think I'll take a look.
All right.
Flips that over to you.
How much do you getting for one of these?
That right there's 10 gold. Same as Buck though. You wanna trade yours in? I'll give you that one for 5.
You got yourself a goddamn deal.
All right. You guys need any ammo?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. You guys can fill her up for 1 gold apiece.
Thank you, Cole.
Mr. Tanner, what's your weapon of choice?
Oh, I've got my just my long arm.
Oh, wow, that is sweet. Can I take a look at that?
Yeah, sure, have at it.
Ooh-wee.
And for the first time, you see like a smile come over his face. He does this by trade, but he is also just like an aficionado, a real fan of the gun as a mechanism. And
Yeah.
he's like,
Where'd you get this thing? This thing's sweet.
Oh, I've had this thing for years and years. It's I look after it. I sleep next to this thing, and yeah, it's the best rifle I ever owned.
This looks like one of those old coyote hunting models.
I have. Don't tell Buck. I have been known to shoot 1 or 2 coyotes in my day.
Damn, sweet piece. I'd offer you something of an upgrade here, but the only thing I got even close to this is old Banger up there, and frankly, it's not quite as good as this.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy with this weapon, and maybe in the future I might think about trading it in, but as of right now, it's like my sidekick.
Understood.
and he sighs, and he gets kind of sad again.
Hey, Colt, just out of curiosity, I said, hey, Colt, what is one of these cannons, or the Gatling guns? What do they set you back?
Ha! Oh, those aren't for sale. I would say you'd need a couple thousand for that cannon. The Gatling gun, frankly, that's a little pet project of mine. That thing don't even work. I got it cheap from the surplus, army surplus.
Army surplus.
And I've been trying to get it fixed up. And frankly, if I do, I'd probably use it myself just for fun.
Does Colt sell dynamite?
He says, "Now, Buck, you know I don't sell that. That seems like something you'd get out back of some disreputable establishment." Then he just gives you a big wink.
I catch your drift.
All right, well, it was mighty nice meeting you, Colt.
Thanks for the ammo, Colt, and we'll stop in and see you soon.
All right, fellas, you take care.
5 minutes later, back behind the shop.
Jump City. All right, get out of here now.